What's up, sassy gamers? Today is December 30th, 2021, and this is Got Our Attention Podcast, Season 2, Episode 29.
Woo!
This is your host, Mike, or Zycia, along with Brian, the Phoenix Nova, and Kelly, the Day Drinker. ATL.
Yeah, I like the intro, but I just don't like the voice.
I like it. I feel like I'm in a baseball game. Next up to bat.
That's
A
probably
name
the
of
reason
a
why I don't
sports
like it.
person I don't know.
Next
probably
sports
why I don't
ball
like
player
it.
we have coming up to bat is... Wow, that was great. Yeah, good. Good job. Good
I
job.
like it.
I like it.
You know, considering how many times you
man.
could have messed up with the 30th, 2021, and the 29th.
You know, hey,
it was so like
sometimes-
you nailed it. Nailed it.
Great job.
Speaking of nailing things, I go to Home Depot because they say,
about
your
sex.
order
this
is
isn't
in,
a
right?
sex joke. Damn. Okay.
No, different kind of nailing. Yeah. No, I go to Home Depot because like my order is in. And for some reason, I ordered 4 things off the internet. 1 they sent to my home. The other 3 they
Mail
sent to the
brides?
store. When I go to the store, and then one of them shows up as a store, and I'm like, that's too early. I wait for the other one to show the other 2 show up store. So I go in and pick them up, right? And the guy comes out and he's got these 2 boxes, one real big that could hold 2 items. And he even says quantity 2 on it.
Big box, huh?
And then the smaller box for the smaller item. And he goes, oh yeah, let's just, because there was a big bulge, big dent in the box. He goes, oh yeah, let's just check it out to be safe. And he opens up and he goes, yep, everything's in there. And I open up and I'm like, no, there's an entire tool missing out of this. Because it was 2 tools and a set of batteries were the 3 things. And he was like, oh. He like walked off for a little bit. He came back. He's like, just take it all home. I'm only counting you picking up the batteries, and I'll call you when the other tool comes in. So I actually got to take one of the tools home, even though technically per Home Depot, I haven't picked it up yet. So,
Well, that guy will be fired tomorrow.
but I did get the router. So I got the router.
He's going to go there tomorrow and be like, hey, I need to talk to Juan. The guy's be like, who?
So there's my product on the camera. There's the router that I got.
We did make
Sweet.
good stuff.
How many computers can you hook up to that thing?
But you can't hook any up, but boy, it can dig a serious trench in them.
Awesome.
Okay.
Let's not do that to our computers, though.
Well, at least it sounds like you had a more
It'd be cool on the
pleasurable
case.
experience going to Home Depot.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you not get your water pump?
No, I got a water pump.
Okay.
The problem is having to go buy a water pump.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if you're not familiar with those who are listening, a water pump, and I don't mean like, oh, I need a hot
Not your
water
fish
heater.
tank.
And I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not saying like I need something like that. Like, no, I had basement flooding because obviously rain doesn't like to, stay out of basements. So
Plus,
Apparently.
that was
The hot
fun.
water heater
It
just
was,
works on gravity anyway.
Yeah. No, it sucked because like I spent today off to like clean up around the house a little bit. I had some projects I've been wanting to do, and my wife was working, so I was like, oh, I'll surprise her. I'll get some of this stuff done, and I went through a bunch of stuff and did all this like stuff that I would never want to do, and we both just haven't done it. So I finally did that, and I'm like, all right, cool. So now I've got everything sorted. And now I got some boxes that I need to take to the basement because these need to live under the house, not in the house. And as I get to the basement door, I open it up and there's like a foot of water. Like the water is literally like I swear I saw a boat floating in the water. Like there was like literally like right underneath my hot water heater in like the HVAC.
Oh.
And I was like, ooh, that's
makeshift.
not good.
There's a makeshift raft going by with 2 little rats scurrying on it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I had to, I luckily had a shop vac that kind of got me started. But I mean, like I have the shop vac that doesn't have like the neat little attachment where you can hook a hose to it and like spit everything out. So I had to like literally suck everything up, stop, take the pail, dump it, come back, suck everything up. And I'm like, this is like, so I got it to like where it was out of critical zone. And then after
at
that,
a time.
yeah. So I got out of critical zone. And then I was like, as soon as she got home from work, I was like, I'm gonna go to Home Depot because I need to buy an actual water pump because this is gonna take forever if I don't. Luckily,
Well, I
that
go
thing
to
is
Home Depot.
perfect.
You start bailing.
But luckily, that thing works pretty well. I mean, it's a small little motor, but I mean, for what I needed it to do, I was super pleased.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
If not, that would have been terrible. But yeah, so that's been my day. It's been real fun, just bailing water for no reason. Well, for a reason, but not something that I
So-
wanted to do.
Later in the summer, we'll just have to make sure that because typically you have a sump pump for this.
So I have a sump pump. That's the fun part. I have two
Oh.
things. I have a drain that should stop the water from going in
Yes.
the basement, and I also have a sump pump that should take the water out of the basement. Guess what?
Two
There
things
was still
failed.
water in my basement. So, yeah, obviously two things failed. So we'll be having to check that out today.
I
'cause- or
might
not today,
know
but
somebody
soon.
who can take a look at least the drain or
Okay.
give you
Yeah.
a consultation about what could be causing that problem. Because
And they fix it though. I don't need to just talk to somebody.
no, so I no. Well, I
have
know
a funny
somebody
story
who
about
knows a lot about sewers and pipes, but I
See here,
I actually
she's
do know
talking
somebody.
about an engineer here, not a plumber.
Yeah.
An
Yeah,
engineer's going to
but
tell you what's
I do know a
wrong.
plumber. I
Yeah.
do know
Yeah.
a plumber.
Maybe that's what
So-
it was. So
The
here's another
plumber's
fun
going to
story.
come fix it.
So long time ago, we were trying to start a band, and I was probably like 17 or 16 or something like that. And we found this guy that was offline, and he was going to be a singer. So he drove out. Him and his buddy were actually a singer and a drummer. We were looking for a singer and a drummer, so they both came out. And we messed around, played a little bit of music, whatever. And then like they go to leave, and he had this really old like Daihatsu, I think. Is that the name of the truck company? Or like
Sure. Yeah, that's
some
one
like
of them.
old weird kind of truck, but it's like very small,
Not
like
weird.
low riding truck. It's super old, like old truck. Like it was falling apart, literally falling apart. As he left, it like died, and like he like pulls off the side of the road, and like I see him, and I'm like, crap. So we get in my car and we run over there, and like we're trying to like figure it out, and like it just won't move, and we're like, this isn't good.
God.
So we're sitting there like, under the hood, like we're just like 16 years old. Like, we don't know what we're doing. We're just like
Oh, wow.
looking at everything and like pointing and stuff. So then we get this truck pulls by and then turns around and comes back and then pulls over. And we're like, all right, cool. So Mr. Good Old Boy John gets out of the truck and he comes over in his overalls.
You
and he's
boys
like-
look mighty cute there.
And he starts looking at, he's like, what's going on? He's like, what's going on? And we're like, well, this thing isn't working. Like, well, he's like, all right, I'm gonna take a look. I'm like, all right, cool. So he starts looking at everything. He starts kind of like fiddling under the hood, like touching things and stuff. He goes, all right, looks like y'all got a problem. And that was it. He left.
And then he left? That was it?
Well, I mean, they had a working car, so I mean, it
mean,
makes sense he left.
That was it. That was it.
Oh
he
my
just-
God.
So maybe
Oh,
he was an engineer. Like that was, he told me
No.
we had a problem.
No.
No, that's a
Oh.
layman. An
No, that's
engineer
an
will tell
asshole.
you.
That was an
layman
asshole.
will tell you what your problem is.
That was it. That was an asshole.
That was it. That's all we got. So I was like, all right, well, that's cool. Thanks, man.
Oh my God.
Yep. So that was a fun story. Anyway.
Well, at least I shouldn't have any problem finding that asshole.
There's 3 in a row, and
Yep.
I hopefully will
Well.
help you tomorrow.
Jeez. Anyway, I guess take us to your corner, Kelly.
Come to my corner.
Okay. All I could see is like a black widow and like a spider web.
Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe we should do something creepy after this. At the end
Or
of
not. We could
the
just
day.
not be creepy. We
I
could just
mean-
not do that. Yeah.
To be honest, Kelly, that would be your answer to most things.
Yes.
It would
Exactly
be.
my point.
It would be. Okay.
Like,
well,
what should we do tonight? Kelly's like, something creepy.
It's like Pinky in the Brain. Like, what should we do tonight, Pinky? Or actually, it's what should we do today, Brain? What should we do today, Brain? Same thing we do every night. Terrible voices, I know.
Creepy.
but-
Over the world.
Ah.
So, I don't have a whole lot for you. I just have a bunch of questions. No, a lot of questions.
Whoa,
here.
whoa.
Yeah,
What do you mean
I
you got a
know.
bunch of questions? Like, did I
Can
commit a crime?
Yeah, that was actually. I was looking for a lamp to like
No, we're
interrogate you with.
trying to find out if you committed a crime.
Jeez.
Like, here, I'll help you, Kelly. Mike, what
There
did you do? What did you do, Mike?
Where were
Jeez.
you on Saturday, the 4th of X month? No, okay.
It's scary what I have within arm's reach.
Yeah, that is kind of scary, not to lie.
Yeah. So this is the second to last day of the new year. And so it's been making me think about, the end of the year.
Wait,
And,
this is not the second to last day of the new year. This is the
of the,
second to last
the
day.
second to
end of
last
the year.
day of this year. I'm sorry, you are correct, sir. You are correct.
No, you said the end of this year. I don't know where Mike was getting that from.
Said the
We've
second.
got it on the
No, she
recording.
said this is the second to last day
Last
of the
day
new
of this year. Of the year.
Yeah, of the new year is what she said.
The recording will tell us.
Yes,
It will be right.
We'll debate this one.
I'm correct.
So the end of the year stuff.
Dude, the guy who never listens says he's correct.
And so one thing I thought about was like, what has been your very what are not necessarily your favorite part of the year, because it's hard to like pinpoint one thing, especially when you haven't been asked this question yet. But what's one of your favorite parts about this last year?
That it wasn't 2020. Is that an answer? Can that qualify?
That can totally be an answer. That can totally be an answer.
Yeah, I almost wore my 2020 shirt tonight too. The dumpster fire shirt that I have of 2020. I literally thought about that. But yeah. I don't know, Brian. You go.
Going to PAX. That's a good one.
Hell yeah. Like, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Like, especially for a year spent mostly inside my house, which I love, by the way.
I'm loving it because I love my house.
I'm okay with it, but still, even for me who loves it, it gets a little like because I would say that the times that I was able to get out to spend times doing things that I liked or doing it with people that I liked, because we all got together once or twice as well. We went to the museum. I call it museum, but
that was this year, wasn't it?
It was
this year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and then getting out to PAX, those are been my favorite times this year.
That's awesome.
I mean, outside of like, going to the zoo, going to the museum, which both things revolved around our children.
Yeah.
I will say probably the highlight of my year was actually, this is going to sound terrible, my child going to daycare. And it's not even, and like I said, it sounds terrible, not because of the freedom that we get, right? Because I'm working, I'm not like, staying at home doing nothing. But it allows him, because the thing is 2020, like he was born in 2020 and we obviously were, confined to our house, we're quarantining, we have a newborn, we're not sharing him with anybody, like we're not doing anything. So, and some of the questions started coming up, like even like I was reading articles, other people having the same kind of thoughts were like, how is this going to like mentally, affect this child, because they're not hanging out, being social with other babies and all these things. And we had friends with kids and like, we just couldn't do it. So to get him into school, we say school, it's daycare, but it's glorified daycare. They do like a little bit of learning stuff and stuff too, which is cool. Like, so
it's preschool. It's
like preschool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
not
he's hanging out with other kids. Oh, right. Yeah. So he's hanging out with other kids. He's learned a lot. He's grown to start walking and picked up bad habits as well. He's also picked up my favorite things is that so we told the school that we didn't want him having any more snacks after 3 p.m. Because usually when he gets home, they'll feed him right before we pick him up, because he's there till like almost 5:30, 6 o'clock when we pick him up. And there's other kids that get there like even earlier than him and leave later than him. So they're like feeding them because those kids are like starving. Yeah. So they feed him too, and we pick him up and we get home and he's like not hungry. And we're like, well, like you guys got to stop feeding him snacks. Like feed him, like if it's a carrot or something, great. But like don't feed him like a candy bar, not a candy bar, but like something that,
something could qualify as a meal.
Yeah, not like I don't know, like a fruit bar of something.
Something
or
nutritious.
cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple
So-
slices, fine. Cookies, no.
Yeah.
Cereal bar.
So so we talked to the school and they started doing that. So they're like, all right, no more after 3:00. So they basically like would confine him to the other side of the room and they'd feed like sneak snacks in there. But apparently one day, like we go to pick him up and they tell us that he has basically taken the snack from another kid and said,
Nature
no,
will find a way.
no, he didn't eat it.
No
He just
to the kid.
He took it and goes, no.
Oh, that kid was eating something and he was
Because
like,
it's
"You're not allowed to
after
eat
3. He
right
was like,
now."
No. Like, I don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. They took it from him. And I'm like, this is so great. I'm glad that he's learning stuff. But man, the stuff that like you teach them good things, you think, and then you find out later that they're taking it in a different context. And you're like, oh crap. Like we had to teach him no because all he did was like, yeah, yes, yes, yeah. And we're like, but that's not something you'd say yeah to. So like, you got to learn no. But then we went downhill from there because everything's no. Like he's all no, everything now. Like, oh my god.
Hey,
But,
he's learned the
it's,
power of communication. I mean,
Yeah, he's learned it. Yes and no. That is his 2 things. And mine is the other one. He loves mine.
Mine.
Like that's not yours, dude. I just picked this up off the counter. It's mine. Like it's literally like you don't even know what this is. Mine. I'm like, no.
well, I mean, mine means give it to me, or 10 other things at that point too. So I want it, mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. So anyway, I'd say probably taking him to school is probably my favorite memory, I guess, of the year, just because it does allow him to have some freedom. Has us freedom as well. Like we give some freedom, but really like he gets to learn and like, be social and interact with kids, which does come with, the scares too. Cause like he's had all kinds of sicknesses so far. We even had one COVID scare during the year too, which luckily he didn't catch it, but it was just, just a lot of different
We're supposed to be
crap
talking
going
about the good
on.
things here.
Yeah, it was still good. Just him learning a lot of things. Taking stuff home too is good sometimes.
So it's funny that Day Drinker asks that question because, spoiler, next week on the 6th is where we're going to do the retrospective and look back at the last year for the podcast and gaming. So we'll have our own set of questions that we'll go through. Not questions. We'll have our own set of topics about the last year that we will do next week.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I knew that. Yeah.
You did. You brought it up.
So one of my favorite things
like
is
this
being...
wasn't a conversation Sunday. Like not even a week ago.
So one of my favorite parts about last year was being asked to be part of the podcast.
Aww.
Guys.
Suck up to the teacher. Jeez.
But also I resigned from my job, which gave me a lot of time to hang out with my kids.
So did all of us.
Which I didn't have before.
So did all of us.
Yeah, but like we started the daycare thing like earlier than you, and they had pre-K, and we paid out the nose for the private pre-K, so they'd be there. Yeah, so that was like a thing. But being able to actually be with my kids, but not be stressed about being with my kids was a big deal for me. So they went to school, real school, for the first time this year, and I didn't have to like stress about who's going to pick them up. Do they have to go after school care? Stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stuff that I don't even think about yet.
Yeah. And what if there's another surge and they're going to be learning virtually for X number of weeks or the rest of the school year? The other things that lots of other parents had to go through that I did not have to go through because I had other childcare options, whether they be a live-in au pair nanny or private pre-K, private preschool, where I still could take them once like our state opened things back up. So
or you could just take care of your kids, Kelly.
I mean, I was working at the same time, and it was one or the other. I mean, it was not.
No, you couldn't. No, I'm talking about now, like not working. Like obviously you could do it while you're working. I mean, some people do, which I don't really know how. I think you're actually the one that told me that. It's like you can't do both. Like you can't take care of your children and also work.
Yeah,
like at that age, like they're like a teenager running around the house.
Unless you have a job where like you really can segment things but like in our jobs, I knew your job, you knew mine. Like that was not an option. I was not either. I was doing half of one and half of the other, and I feel like you're kind of doing a disservice to one or the other. So you know,
and you don't want to do a disservice to your children, but you don't want to do a disservice to your job because then you lose it, and then you have
to. Yeah. No. So okay, the other questions I had. How do you guys usually? Well, first of all, one. I know. One, are your Christmas decorations still up?
Hand till it goes numb.
Okay.
So, are my Christmas decorations still up?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Are your Halloween decorations still up? I mean, what kind of question is that?
No.
Michael Myers is always up.
He is standing right there, actually. But he is actually going upstairs with all of the Christmas decorations tomorrow, which is
sad.
Yeah, my wife complained so much about the pandemic tree last year, which I kept up until like March. Like I legit had it up till I think March.
I had lights on the outside of my house till April, so whatever.
Yeah. So she maybe it's because I was trying to pass it off as the pandemic tree.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I might have made it past March, actually, now that I think of it. And so finally took it down. So this year, the day after Christmas, I took down the Christmas tree.
So
to which she then complained that I took it down too early.
Right? Aww.
She said, now I have heard of this tradition as well, where you are supposed to keep it up till after the New Year or something like that.
It's the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so what we do typically is you're supposed to get everything down before the New Year. And so that's my goal. For Halloween this year, I took 75-80% of the decorations down.
I thought you were going to say days.
I know. Yeah. Right. 80% of the decorations down after the day after Halloween. But this year I did leave up our Christmas decorations. I was going to take them down earlier, but I always get them down before the New Year because it was like, it's bad luck. No, it's not. But it's just we clean it up. I'm hoping, as I see that your outdoor decorations are still up.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. Because
I'm not taking any of this stuff down. It's gonna be there for like probably.
Okay, good. Because I wanted my children to see those decorations.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're not fantastic, but next year. So they're getting me down to topic that I get a little dad in me.
Also, you're a little bit too adult here. Them being not too fantastic, everything's going to be lit up. These two small little children will be extremely happy with it.
Yes,
I mean that's true. No,
they're going to freak out, and they're going to run.
You are a little too self-deprecating.
Well, not last year. Last year I put up decorations, and it was because the first year we moved in. Like we had just moved in, I wasn't gonna go through all of that. We're trying to move in, so like whatever. So the next year, I was like, I'm gonna go Christmas. I'm gonna do the decorations. I'm gonna be the Griswolds, and I didn't have that much, but I did a little bit of decoration, and it looked pretty good. They actually did like the lighting to like the top of the roof, and that's why they stayed up till April because getting back on the roof and all that fun stuff. But
that's the thing.
So, but the neighborhood was like dark, like it was just me. Like maybe one house had like a little bit. Well, this year. I brought a Christmas cheer because apparently there's like a bunch of houses now in our neighborhood that have lights up.
Awesome.
Specifically one that has their whole yard covered. And I am not happy about that. So I'm just putting this out there now. Like next year, you guys are going down.
Oh my God.
So next year it's going to get brought. because like I can't put up with that. Like that is
Cool.
so my grandpa used to have like
rotten.
all like my grandpa used when he lived in Orlando, he had this house. His house was the house. Like every cubic feet of his yard would have something lit up. Like it was like this massive like candy cane house.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to take that in. Like the green thumb, it's like a
Yeah.
thing. So anyway.
When-
But yeah,
when
they'll be up.
we lived in a rinky-dink town in a Midwestern state, I will say. And the neighborhood that we moved from a very sunny state to a Midwestern state. And the neighborhood that my parents bought a house in was the neighborhood you drove through on Christmas. They had police, directing traffic. Everybody put out luminaries. It snowed. It was like a thing. And they were like, if you're going to buy a house in this neighborhood, you need to know that in the HOA, like you have to decorate, you have to put at least lights up somewhere.
That's even intense. Like in the HOA.
It was serious. And
I would be the guy that goes out there with the string of lights and I just toss them over my bush and like plug them in and then
and some people did
walk
that.
back inside.
Some people did that. Other people had professionals or did it themselves up in trees, in stringing lights in trees, and those lights stayed up year round. Like you don't take that crap down.
Yeah.
They had elaborate things in their front yard. There was an actual train track with a train with Santa, like going through one of the yards. Like it, crazy things. So my parents, started out small and they put up this little, it was our last name pond, and it had ice skating penguins. And then the next year it just got bigger. My dad and my uncle cut out like snowmen and we painted them, and that was like nailed in our yard. So it was only a couple of years that we lived there, but that was a big thing. So then when we moved to across the country, they were like, well, we got all this stuff. We might as well put it in our front yard. And then people they were like, what are these people doing? Like, this is serious for them. And we're like, we have all this crap. And then we moved again. Huh?
No,
like giving it away?
Just that they made that much decorations.
Oh, no, yeah. They were like,
okay.
She's saying she just did the same thing their family already did what your family's now doing.
Oh, I think she's like, before y'all moved, you put everything out.
She's bringing it back around and tying it to the...
We moved, and then my parents put everything out, and then we moved again to the state that we currently live in, and they put everything up, and like, again, the neighborhood was like, what? Oh my God, this is great. And like little kids would come up and they'd like get in the front yard. So that was a thing for us.
Yeah.
So I love the Christmas lights and the Christmas cheer. And you can one up all day long, my friend. I will help you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna happen because I'm telling you. I'm kind of upset because like one of the things I have outside stopped working. So it's still there, but it's just not lit up anymore. And I'm like, and it's really old. It's actually something that was handed down from my grandpa, like that we had after he passed away. Like, so I have it, but it's like so old that it's like brittle. Like I don't even want to try to fix it because probably it's going to fall apart. So I'm like, it's just there. I'm like, I'll deal with it some other time when this thing's over.
So the last question I had is, how do you usually celebrate either New Year's Eve or the New Year? Brian
Nothing
goes,
really.
I don't do anything.
No, we usually don't. We just sit home, play games, and sometimes we stay up, sometimes we don't. Like, we really don't care. Well, and we usually try to stay off streets because it's morons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So it's kind of like 3 phases. Oh, actually, 2 phases, 1 extra because of last year. But so really quick, like last year, because everything was different, like we did an online SaaS gaming New Year's, right? Like we all joined And I remember being on with Brian and a couple other people we had for, friends of the podcast, and we were just like hanging out in the room, and we were on some Twitch pages, and we had some bands playing. We had like, we were watching the ball drop on YouTube, and it was we were playing games as well. It was just a different, environment, a different vibe. I hate to say that word, but it was just different. It was unique. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got to at least hang out with some friends. Yeah, I said Brian. You.
Yeah. I was typing like.
Oh yeah.
But it was good. It was just a cool experience to be able to like, enjoy this in a little different manner, because typically, back when in college, like, and growing up through like as an adult, I would go to parties. That was my thing. We'd go to somebody's New Year's party, and we would just party there all night, and whatever craziness happened, it was just a fun time. Drink a lot, eat a lot, and be merry or whatever. And then as I got older and an adult, like, basically at 30, I was like, this is kind of dumb. Like, I probably shouldn't be like going to people's houses and driving and stuff. Actually, probably less than 30, because it was like probably 28 or 29. But so then we decided that we should just start throwing the party.
There you go.
So I got with the collective group of friends, making sure that like I didn't take someone's party, and like the friends that used to throw the New Year's party, they were like, it'd be perfect if you take it, because we're trying to bow out. Like, we've been throwing the parties for like the last like 15 years, and like we're done. So I'm like, perfect. Like, if you don't care, I don't care. I'm taking it. So we kind of took the New Year's party, and it's not the same group of friends anyway, so it's not like we're really taking that group away. So it wouldn't be any fighting anyway. But it's just been, we've always been doing that until obviously 2020. And now this year we're gonna have some people over again, and the number has dwindled down from the initial, like, I think maybe 20 we had, because obviously the new variant, it's still not like we can't just have a full blown party like 2019, right? But even the numbers that we did have dwindled down a little bit, and so we still have a good number coming, and it's still gonna be fun to be able to like hang out with all of our friends, and just be able to have sort of that like that New Year's time, because a little fun fact, like me and my now wife, at the time, she was not my girlfriend. It was New Year's of 2015 or 2016, technically, the 1/1, that I asked her to be my girlfriend. Aww. So like that was like a thing. Like that had been our day, and then eventually, we fast forward, and everything's lined up, and we got married, and had a kid, all that stuff. But so that was like always like our party. Like we always loved that party, and we loved to be around friends and like have a good time. So that's basically what we're going to be doing this year, and hopefully, next year will be better, because it sucks. I get it. Like people don't want to go out, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm not gonna be upset about it. Like I'm right there with you. Like It is what it is. But ultimately, even outside of that, just we're home. So like I can, drink to my heart's desire. Yeah. I can eat as much as I want. I don't have to drive anyway, or anywhere. And those that are coming, I've always said it, like if they want to crash, like we have plenty of space. Like they can crash. I don't care. Like we have, rooms taken, obviously, because we already have like people staying in the room, but like we have a couch that folds out. We have a couple other couches. We have floor space. Like, feel free. Like, you don't have to drive. Like, and I don't want you to drive. Like, if I see that you're over the limit, like, you're not driving. Like, I'm sorry. We can fight about it, but like, you're staying here. Like, it's not gonna happen. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be fun.
That's cool. So I usually do like a traditional New Year's Day thing, and that actually started when I was dating my husband, and we do collard greens, black-eyed peas, and pork, which is like luck and prosperity. It's like
it's like a Southern thing, isn't it?
It's totally something that my grandfather, who is not my biological grandfather, but he was the grandfather I knew, was from Texas, and that's what he used to do. And my mom who was not related to him other than by marriage, carried on that tradition for a long time, but it wasn't like a big party thing. It was just like, this is what we do on New Year's Day. And I turned it into let's have friends over. And then it just sort of like grew bigger and bigger. And then to the point where we had some friends ask us, are you guys going to do that? Like back in October, they were like, are you going to do that? Because we're going to go to a
pork must be
show, good. And it's damn good. My pork is good. Almost as good as my ribeye roast.
Where's my mute button?
My
for,
ribeye roast. But
Where's my mute button for Day Drinker? Before she gets us terms of service out here.
Sorry. So it is amazing, fantastic, and I think I've perfected my collard greens. So we'll see how it goes. So
Yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, we've never been a New Year's Day, like, I mean, I'm thinking back like on the New Year's days that we've had. So like the first one was like we literally signed a lease and for the place, we got the keys for the place we were going to stay at. It seems rushed, but there's more to it. Anyway, so and then the next year, like we were just hungover, so we just like went and got pizza, like, whatever.
yeah.
And that is just what it is. But it's like never been a thing for us. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's cool. That's cool to hear. I didn't realize people did like day parties, like New Year's Day. Always been like the New Year's Eve, but
it's
I guess
great,
there's
great
different
hangover food. Actually, like it's like,
that sounds perfect. Yeah, because that's all I want to do is eat and wake up really late.
Yeah, and for me, like I typically pass out at some point, and then for whatever reason, wake up 10 minutes before the ball drops, and then me and my husband are like, "Oh, you're awake too?" And we're like, "Oh, hey, champagne!" And we do the thing, and then we go back to bed. It's lovely.
Nice.
So, all right. So those are the only questions I had. I was going to ask you about resolutions, but maybe we'll save that for the next podcast.
Yeah, see if we've done them yet.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's funny because like I was like telling my wife today because we were cleaning up and like doing stuff. And I was like, see, like we're doing like our spring cleaning early. Like we're not even in spring yet. We're already, so we're being proactive.
Perfect.
She wasn't very happy about that comment, but the point was it worked. Good stuff.
It's the new year. Cleanse.
Chat talks about their tradition being pork and sauerkraut, which I've heard from other Pennsylvanians that I know as well. That I've participated in that one year with some friends from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So the pork sounds the same. Then the sauerkraut, I guess the difference being the southern versus, I guess, the northern, like the collard greens.
Pennsylvania's northern, collard greens.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm saying like collard greens and black eyed peas, like that's definitely like a southern thing. Like
yeah. But I guess the sauerkraut is a fermented version of the cole family of vegetables, right? So in the northern areas, you can't grow collard greens, you can't grow cabbage. In the South, you can, and that's actually now is the best time to pick. If you've got huge collard greens, you can pick them. But if you're going to preserve them, aka ferment them, that's what you would eat. So that totally makes sense. I mean, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that may be the way it worked out.
Nice.
And actually, I guess black-eyed peas, you do grow and just store them. We never eat our black-eyed peas fresh. So we have black-eyed peas that we're going to cook on New Year's Day that we grew in our backyard, but they're literally dried beans.
Cool.
The more you know. Did we just have a thing? Was that a thing?
We did. We totally did that without even knowing it.
Wow. Chat says, Ingray says, not sure. It was just what we ate tradition. Oh, well. So it's funny that you said, like, we're going to do questions and all that. And I'm like, hey, actually, I'm going to do something this time. So my wife lovingly bought me a Christmas present because
she's a good
she's
woman.
awesome. One of the Christmas presents was a game called, because she goes, I saw this game online and I think you and the podcast this would be great for you guys. And I was like, okay, what is it? And the game is literally called Off Topic. So I was like, yeah, okay.
Stay on topic.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I see what you're getting there. I see how that works, right? So we're not going to play the game right now, but I'm going to modify it a little bit because it is a pretty neat concept. And I could see it being with like people online, or not online, people in person, like playing this as teams and like really trying to get the points and stuff. But just the basic part of this seems pretty interesting. So we're going to play a little bit.
Let's do it.
This will be fun. It'll be fun. So it works with, there's a 20-sided die, if you can see that, but it has letters. So there's not like 1 through 20, but it's all letters of the alphabet. And I'm going to basically read the question, or read whatever it is, and then I'm going to roll the die. And the answer to the question that I'm going to ask has to be with the letter that we rolled.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay. Yep.
All right. I'm going to roll.
Are you in, Brian?
Let's do. Of
Yeah, I'm waiting.
course he's in. All right. So we'll start off with this one. Ain't nobody got time for, starting with the letter V as in Victor.
Vegetables.
Oh.
True that.
I mean, depends on the day. Ain't nobody got time for. I don't want to say anything. Oh, I'm not. That one. Do I have to do this one?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for Victor.
Damn.
Sorry,
I was going to say
Victor.
Viagra because how funny that would be. It's like you don't have time for Viagra, but that's kind of what you need. So
Yeah, that's
fair
true.
enough. All right. So now that you guys got the game,
Okay.
things that couples fight about. Starting
Oh,
with
I'll be
E.
really good at this. With what? What letter?
E.
E as in
Eggs. 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 Oh, there's no eggs in the fridge? Oh, you didn't buy eggs? Oh, I didn't know we needed to buy eggs.
I don't think I've ever had that fight with my wife.
Yeah, that's because you guys don't like eggs.
Because no,
Yeah.
I hate eggs.
Oh,
but
you
she doesn't.
hate
She,
eggs.
like,
She loves eggs. Yeah.
her and my son love eggs. I hate eggs. So it's like I don't
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
eggs. Like, do we have eggs? I don't know. Do I need to pick up?
Mhm.
Just let me know if I need
We
to get
just don't
some.
make
Like,
that big of a deal about it.
What
No
about you,
eggs?
Felix?
Oh, well, let's go get some eggs.
Yeah.
Engrams.
Yeah. And what? Wait, engrams?
Engrams.
What's an engram?
Wait, you're the one that like dropped off Opar today, and I was like, oh, I've learned a new word today. Holy shit.
Au pair, yeah.
Yeah,
Au pair,
wait.
that's right.
What's an engram?
It's a hypothetical permanent change in the brain accounting for the existence of a memory or a memory trace.
So can you give us an example?
Yeah, how do you fight about that?
I don't know. It's the first E word that I thought of.
Oh my god!
Well, I mean, think of it about
I'm glad you're doing great on this. We should count points.
How about also everything?
It's literally a memory or memory trace, right? So you fight about memories all the time. Hell, earlier
Sure.
you were like dead set that she said New Year when she didn't. So
You did. She obviously did, and you'll go back and you'll be like, one of the few times ever, you'll be like, Mike, you were actually right on that.
now, to be clear to everyone, he's saying that because typically he is wrong. Because every time I'm wrong, I absolutely do say,
I ain't
Mike,
gonna
I'm
fight
wrong.
So,
And then I usually go, wait, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry. I know I really didn't hear you. What'd you say? And then he'll repeat it. I'm like, cool.
I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
so the third one is everything. Starts with E.
Everything. That's a good one. Yeah, that's good.
Mhm. And everything
right.
bagels. That's been a thing too.
Everything bagels.
hmm Yeah, I had to fight about that one.
Okay. Honey, I blanked the kids. Starting with G, as in golf.
Got.
Honey, I got the kids.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
pretty
Honey, I got
common.
the kids. Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I got the
pretty
kids,
good.
honey.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if I said that, there would be some questions.
Yes. Yes, there would be a more than one question, I think.
She'd be like, whose kids?
Whose
And
kids?
are we going to jail for kidnapping?
and
Or more
why?
specifically, are you?
Yes. Yes. Honey, I grabbed the kids, but that's kind of like got the kids. Like Yeah, I grabbed
So I
one
got
like
you
her.
stuck there, didn't I?
Yeah. Like everything I think of is like should be censored.
Yeah, I was thinking of a
not
word, and
appropriate.
I'm like,
I'm
it's
especially
probably not
with
going to be sounding
kids.
good.
gonna skip my turn.
Grounded.
I gave 2 last time.
I grounded.
I
I
grounded
the kids.
Look at
There
me.
you go.
That's a
I'm
good
not
one.
even the parent, and I thought of 2.
Damn, dude.
Because all of ours are like, we just want to like destroy the kids.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
the
I'm
letter
like,
G.
oh, sorry.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'll take the skip. That's fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, here's one. Here we go. Reasons to break up with someone.
Ooh,
Starting with W, as in whiskey.
whores.
I mean,
Waiting. Also,
I guess we're done here.
I mean,
that is
seriously.
definitely the number one reason to break up with someone.
how can I compete with that?
Yeah.
For those who are listening, I just walked out of the room. how can I compete with that?
The other one, waiting, because waiting
Also-
all the time. Go ahead.
Sorry, chat had also chimed in on grounded. I didn't see that, but I just now saw that too.
Yeah, I just saw it too. Slow over here today.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know how I can compete. Like you guys hit the number, the number one whores and the number
like
2
Family
whiskey.
Feud.
Whistling too sometimes. Like sometimes whistling really
Trigger somebody?
Oh
Does that trigger
God,
you?
it gets under my skin sometimes. I'm like,
did you know I could whistle like 5 different ways?
Let's not go there. Like, it's not you. It's the moment and the. Yeah, no.
Chat,
Like,
Chat has a good one. Ink Ray says whining.
yes, Ink
That's a
Ray.
good one. I wish this was Family Feud. I wish we could be like ding.
I would. Ink Ray is on my team. If we're doing this, Ink Ray's on my team.
Okay. Fair.
100. 100.
All right. Moving on here. Things you could use to murder someone. With the letter S, as in Sam.
Do I get to go first, or I'm gonna give it to Phoenix?
Scythe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scissors.
That's himself. Scissors.
Ink Ray says sledgehammer. I like this.
Jesus. That's terrible. Like scythe, all right, cool. It's literally the death. Like it is death.
Yeah.
You're like scissors.
I mean, yeah.
Like that's not something that's like not premeditated. You're like
I knew immediately. Angry. I had it in my head and it was like, it's not my turn first. I need to give Phoenix.
So you're like,
the first.
There's a pair of scissors and that's what I'm using.
Yep.
And then Ink Ray is like sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm. She went hardcore.
That's like you have to have one. Like you don't just like that's definitely premeditated because like you don't just have a sledgehammer ability just like laying around. Like,
I've got a sledgehammer in our basement.
I don't.
Oh,
also there's Psy.
I mean,
Psy?
Yeah.
What is the Psy?
The 3-bladed dagger that one of the Ninja Turtles uses.
Oh, yep.
SAI,
Raphael.
Ooh, dual purpose. Chat says shovel.
Oh, shovel. Oh, yes.
Let's not forget sword.
Slinky.
Yeah, sword's good.
That's
Slinky.
Wait. That sounds like more of a
laser
kink.
Sharp.
That sounds like someone's kink for killing someone.
Maybe. Or sickle. Or sickle.
Sickle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We'll have to go back to that Slinky comment later, but yeah, that's
no, we don't.
Nope.
That's
we
don't.
FYI,
we don't talk about,
today is Kelly's last day on the podcast.
we don't talk about spoons either, especially around
All
eyes.
Right. So here's the next one. We'll do 3 more. This one and 2 more.
Maybe 2 more.
This one and 2 more.
And then we'll go to break.
This one and 2 more. A good name for a rock band.
Ooh.
Starting with the letter B as in boy.
Balls. With a Z at the end.
Yes, that's a good one.
It's very
Is it
90s.
like all
it would be,
lowercase or all Is it like lowercase, initial caps, all uppercase?
I think it would be all lowercase except for the S at the end would be the cool S.
The cool S? What does that mean?
Okay.
Like a dollar sign?
Oh my god!
Oh, like
Can we
the
make
three
cool
line
S's?
S? Like
That's
the
a
three
cool
lines?
S. Yes, that's what the cool
okay.
S is.
So
Ball
you
takers.
did say B, right?
B.
Yeah, B as in boy.
So I have said for many, many years
Oh god.
that my very favorite, I came up with this name for Somebody I Love Dearly's band. And they changed it a little bit because they are a punk band, but they loved it. Broken China.
Nice.
They changed it a little bit. The first word still started with a B. They changed it to something else, but it was Broken China.
Broken China.
There was
the Chinese chicken?
No,
there was a story
don't
about
get us DNCA'd.
there was a story about an Airbnb. The owner of the Airbnb found out that the guests had come in, and not only had they used and eaten off of the $22,000 gold rim china.
Why do you have that in an Airbnb?
I don't know.
That sounds like
that's
stupid on the owner.
But they chucked it too, which I think they threw it away or they threw it, one or the other. But yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Is that how they found out? It's like shattered China.
I mean, if you're trying to be the upscale B&B, I would imagine why you would have that as like decorative china or something there. But
yeah,
I would
still,
not
that
put
seems
anything.
a little expensive.
If people are going to be staying in a place that I own, they're not going to get the fine china.
no,
They may get the fake fine china.
Yeah, I am
Like-
hiding that shit. No,
It's
no.
not going to be in their reach. Absolutely not. That's crazy.
Well,
That's
see, yeah, but
unresolved.
some people Airbnb.
Oh,
They're-
look at us. We're off topic. And Gray says,
Yeah, some people Airbnb their own houses like short notice for like massive major events that are in their area, and all the hotels are because they're like,
Yeah.
I can
Which makes
pull some-
sense. Yeah.
But you don't have time to do things like pack up
Dribble.
a whole bunch of stuff.
well, then you know what? Expect people to be eating off your fine china. Ooh,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
what we told our daughters that their nether regions were like.
You
need to
don't let
clean your
anybody eat
fine
off the fine china.
don't let anybody eat off your fine china. Two, did you clean your fine china? Like, that's the thing. As they get older, when they're
I'm
in
very
high school, I will be
uncomfortable
saying,
with this conversation right
don't
now.
let anybody
This
eat
took a
off your
turn.
fine china.
The next question I have here is
Please save us, Saisya.
things you shouldn't rub on yourself, starting with
Oh,
letter
God.
E as in echo.
Oof.
Estrogen. Especially
Unless
for
you're
guys.
in menopause, you
one-
might need to.
But how does one rub that on themselves?
You can
There's
rub
estrogen patches
testosterone
that-
on yourself.
Yeah, there's estrogen patches
Okay,
that
fair.
Mhm.
Fair.
How about ectoplasm?
Okay.
Probably a
how does
bad
one
idea.
rub that on themselves?
I mean, did you not watch Ghostbusters?
mhm.
It's like just
yeah.
I heard it's good for the
Hello.
skin.
Oh yeah, Ink says E. coli, definitely. Rubbing it on yourself, probably not a problem, but as long as you don't ingest it, that's
on
Wash
where
your
you're rubbing it,
hands
I guess.
after you rub E. coli
Yes,
on yourself
yes.
every time,
yeah,
and don't
Don't get in
touch
your
your face.
eyes,
Don't touch
yeah.
face.
yeah.
Elon Musk, Venus White Stars.
God,
Definitely,
We'll send a DM to
definitely
Grimes.
don't put
Yeah.
Elon Musk on your face.
We'll send,
Don't
we'll
let
send a DM
him-
Well, it-
to Grimes to let her know.
Elon, yeah.
And
Ugh.
you can because apparently he has a fragrance.
Oh my
Oh
god.
stop. Oh
Does
stop.
it smell like
Musk.
Anyway,
Moving on.
The next question is the last question is blank is legal but it shouldn't be. Starting with B as in boy.
Blank is like, oh.
Blank is legal, but probably shouldn't be. Venus, you're funny.
Oh no, booze.
We're not going back to the 30s.
Isn't always
happening.
should be legal. Bullying. And Gray says bullying. Agreed.
Buck and Broncos.
I don't, the bullying. Hold on a second. Let's go back to the bullying one.
Bitching.
Bullying is not necessarily legal.
It's not illegal, so it's legal. Anything that is anything that is not written as illegal is legal.
But the thing is, like, if you go to court about bullying, like, you can totally go to jail or like have issues with that.
Because they have a different law that it falls under.
But the actual, we'll have to look into that.
Like the people that like the girlfriend that bullied her boyfriend so much and he committed suicide and she went to jail for manslaughter.
Oh yeah, the one who was like texting him like, "You suck and you need to get better.
You should kill yourself." Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your own girlfriend. Talk about a toxic relationship.
That was not appropriate. No.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So again, bullying unfortunately is legal. It should be illegal.
Huh?
Weird.
Bucking Broncos though, especially when they put the rubber strapper across the testicles. That sucks. That hurts.
That's true. Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Definitely.
Fucking Broncos. Okay. And bullshit. Bullshit also should be.
I said bitching, but I mean, sometimes
bitching also.
Bitch too.
Sometimes it's good
Can't
to
make
bitch.
that
Like, I
illegal.
guess, but I mean, it's just never
get out.
prohibition, right? Like bitching would be like you could do it behind closed doors, but you just can't do it in public. So all the Karens would be arrested.
Bugs should be illegal. Oh my god, bugs, specifically mosquitoes,
Spider crickets. Oh, we were gonna say the same thing again.
Both of them. 100.
Spider crickets need to go.
Ooh,
Down spider crickets. Terrible.
GTFO.
Probably the third podcast we've talked about them, but man,
yeah,
they're terrible.
Oof. Oh
man. Well, cool. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Shout out to the wife for picking this game.
Yes.
Come back to that eventually, I'm sure. Well,
we never
on
go
that
off
note,
topic.
Give us a few minutes. We're gonna take a break, I guess. And in the break, I mean, like, listen to a word from me, apparently, about the sponsor or something. I don't know. We're gonna do something different for half a second while you can't hear us.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna fill my drink, which is not something different. Games. Let's talk about it. See, that doesn't sound good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Well, that's because your delivery was terrible. Oh my god. It was like the worst delivery in the world.
Delivery? Who has delivery? I wish I had delivery right now. I'll take some pizza. Be cool.
Ooh,
Like,
or
that's
maybe
super
something
easy.
else.
It's
Just
funny. I
ramen.
say pizza. There
You just
is
open
a
up chat and do /pizza.
slash pizza.
What?
We should do that, and I should link it to like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, but don't you know what that's from?
No, I
That's a
guess
real
not.
thing. In WoW, you can open. They had it so you would open up and you do /pizza, and it would redirect you to. I think it was Pizza Hut at the time or something like that. You literally could order pizza that way.
Oh my god! If we
That's
keep
hilarious.
talking about this,
Those
I'm
are
gonna have
real
to go
things.
get
That's
some
what I'm
snacks.
So
I don't think it's in the game anymore, but this is from years ago.
So as we all know, and then the people listening, if you don't know, then here's a surprise. There's a winter sale going on right now with Steam. So Steam has like 1 million games that are all on sale. And I will say, they've been doing this for a long time, and their sales used to be a lot better. Like, they used to do less sales throughout the year. Like, there was a winter sale and a summer sale, and that was like it. And now they have like all these like collective like different sales and things going on. What are you gonna say?
That's why it sounded bad. Is because you're talking about the news, not games. I mean, we're talking about games, but you're talking about the news.
No, I'm talking about games. No, I'm talking about games. We're not going to news.
He's fast forwarding.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing news.
It's totally news.
So this is not news. So
It's
what I'm
totally
trying
news.
to get to, this is not news. So what I'm getting to is that there's all these random games. And actually, one of the games that I looked up, because I don't know, it somehow popped up on my list, but it was a pizza maker. It was like pizza, it was some simulator game. It was like pizza something. And I was like intrigued. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a pizza maker, like an Overcooked, but it's all pizza, you know? And then it's like I started watching the trailer, and it was like you have to be like the mafia. Like you had to like blow cars up and stuff. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that
wait,
is
what game
serious.
is this? I'm like, this is some serious pizza. Like, I'm good on that. I just wanted to make some pizza and like maybe make a restaurant. Like, this is
It's
not what I'm
also-
trying to do.
I mean,
Even
clearly you
talking
got to
about
be
pizza, though,
Italian,
makes
right?
me want to
Like,
make pizza. Now I'm like, I got the munchies. I got that.
So,
munchies.
Anyway, what I will say though, there's a lot of games on sale. Go to the Steam sale and check it out. But like I said, they used to do bigger sales because the games they would put out on sale were like only like one time a year you may see the sale. Now it's like a lot different. But I will say if you go there, the way that I found a way to be able to find a lot of games for cheap, because if you go to the front page, it's like every main game, right? Like every game that's like a AAA thing released in the last year, it's like 30% off, you know, whatever. It's like, well, I'm not saying it's bad. It's still good. You're getting a sale, but it's not like the deals. Like I like going to Steam on these sales and buying like 15 games for like $15.
Yeah.
Like that is the joy, right? Maybe $20 or something. But what I figured out, so if you go to the page and you scroll all the way down,
there's
I'm sorry,
no way
you
down.
scroll midway and it says like pick a category and you can, there's like little like cards.
Mhm.
Actually, if you pull it up on your screen. Pull it up on the thing and
Horror
I'll show you what I'm
games
talking
is the first category for me.
I know
Is that the first category
No,
for
a
A
you?
lot of
Just
us
show
know what
everybody.
you're talking about. It's
Just show
we're-
everybody.
we're-
No, I
we're
want to show you
we're-
something.
This is an
Show
audio
me something.
podcast, and we're all glad that you're catching up with us because most of us already knew this.
No.
I
I'm
didn't
showing
know
you
this.
something.
I
Tell
didn't
me.
know this.
Pull it up. Come on. I'll direct you. Let me direct you.
Yes.
I will say it out loud and I will make this a visual
Oh, good God.
audio experience. We will do this.
Yes.
We can do this together. Everybody.
I didn't even have to go down that far.
Come with me. So right there is
Okay, so
browse
He's,
the
he's
sale
like,
by
he's like
genre or
midway.
theme.
It's not even midway. It's like it's
that's so wait,
midway
wait.
is.
So
So he's
this
not
is
he's
clearly.
not letting me finish.
Let me just real quick go back up. Yours
Yeah, I don't see the whole
says
page. I see like half
massive
the page. when it's zoomed in.
multiplayer games. My very
yours is
first
different.
one on the
Yours is different.
same ribbon is horror games. What does that say
Yeah.
about the
Well,
difference between
you
a-
also have Steam open, right?
yeah.
Yeah. This is the web page, and I'm not signed in.
Oh,
Okay,
so
can
let
you make
me,
it
let me,
full screen so we can see it? Because like right now I see like only a quarter of the page.
No, I can't change it very much. No.
Okay. So anyway, just pick one right now. So pick survival games, for example.
Of course you would
Of course.
pick survival.
Yeah, I know,
game.
right?
Whatever. So
Mhm.
scroll down from here. And these are all the games out, but they're survival on sale, whatever. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
pointing. So scroll down even more.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
I
going.
know.
So right here, there's a
Wait.
list. So back
Go
up.
back up.
So
How
in
much was
blue-
Friday the 13th? Never mind.
So right here, there's all these games. And it says discount amount. So click on discount amount
Yeah.
on the right, top right.
Oh.
And this is how you find the actual deals.
What?
for
you
example-
can find by We Happy Few for how much? I
For like
literally
$5.99.
bought the disc. Oh,
Yeah. So this is where you actually
Whoa.
find the real deals. And if
Holy
you
sweet
scroll
homes
down
for
past
fun.
this, like he's on the left that says genres, you can do it there. But if
Yeah,
you scroll
you can do a
down
whole
even
bunch of stuff.
further, there's also another little block of like genres you can pick from that you can do the same thing. You scroll to the bottom, select percentage, and then you can actually get, because like right now, like I said,
you
they
can
only
select
show,
a
like,
percentage off.
yeah, because they only do like the top games at front. So now you can actually go through and maybe buy something you want. So
That's
I
using
bought
your
you guys
noggin.
some games, recently that I think some were like okay, they seemed fun. Maybe some of those were like something in your wheelhouse. Some of those were just plain ridiculous, like the Garfield's Racing that I bought, Phoenix. But
Okay, 'cause that's going to be awesome when we all play that.
Yeah.
I figured you'd have fun with that because like you loved that Hot Wheels game. You were like all about it. So I figured the
Speaking
Go
of-
Garfield would be good.
If I remember correctly from the people who played it, the Garfield kart racing is not too bad. It's not absolute garbage.
Well, then you'll have a great time.
So, upon advice of
Also, a cart
my
game is not the same. Sorry,
Oh.
Day Drinker.
upon advice from my parents my parents bought my daughter's actual physical Hot Wheels sets,
Nice.
and as I had hoped and dreamed, they are loving them just as much as me and my husband have loved them also.
That's
I was
awesome.
like,
have the
no. Just let mommy put this together. I'm gonna.
I think it's
No,
bedtime.
I got it.
You'll play
I
with
got
it tomorrow.
That's the best
Can you
thing
get
about
mommy
being a
some
parent
wine
at
before
Christmas.
bedtime?
Yeah,
is-
exactly. Here, I'll give you a job. You take this, and I'll do this. Okay? No, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but yeah,
Uh,
at least not yet.
Speaking of Steam, they actually released their top games of 2021. And
Wait, we're not doing that. We're doing games.
We are talking about games. This is games.
Yeah, we are talking about games. It's the same thing.
I thought it was hilarious because, like,
It's only
I
different because he
expected
didn't put the
Valheim.
music.
These are not in any order because when you reload it several times, they change in order and stuff like that. I had not heard of Naraka.
I haven't heard of it
Bruce
either.
Lee.
And I saw that on the thing, and it was Bruce Lee. And I'm like, what game is
What?
this? Because it seems like they have. It's like the characters, like
It's-
not the only.
One of the top grossing games of 2021 on Steam, and like I've
Really?
never heard of it.
But it's
Like,
not
every
always
one of
Bruce Lee. I
these-
think it's like some other character. I think this time.
Oh
it
yeah, I
happens
think
to
there's
be
other
Bruce Lee.
characters. Yeah, I think there's other
Yeah.
characters, like almost like a fighting game or something. But like
just see
all
the
of these I
Well,
heard.
the
I
Dead
think
by
it's
Daylight. Hold on, Dead by Daylight. Sorry,
you're looking at the stream,
silent
so you're
delay.
way behind me.
Yeah. So Dead by Daylight 5 and Battlefield, like they're both like looking.
You know,
behind
Yeah,
I hate to say this. Dead by Daylight to
That's
me
a-
is just not impressive.
Oh,
I don't get why people like it. I don't understand it. It's not impressive. It's not an impressive game. I don't like it.
because people are fascinated
say
by
that.
the asymmetric, like competition games.
I mean, I
but
get that,
they-
but
but they
there's
never-
like other games like that are better.
yeah, but
Like
none of them let you play as these. The other thing is they get the IP.
it's
It's
the
the IP.
Fortnite. It's like the Fortnite of the horror
Like, it
genre
is.
games. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that, but I'm just like it's just like remember we went back and played. It's like we played it. I played it a long time ago, and then I played it again with you for a game of the moment, and even then it was still buggy. And I'm like, this is released on multiple platforms at this point. It's been out for like years. And the game
It was
just
so
doesn't
buggy
get-
I couldn't play it when we first played it.
Oh, right. You couldn't even play because you couldn't even get your controller to work or something, your mouse or keyboard or something.
Yeah.
But it's like that game is still outgrossing thing. Like how is this happening?
Because the
like,
IP. It's all about the IP.
God,
It's
like
such
at least
a niche
Fortnite
market
does a
too.
good job. Like, yeah, that's the thing. It is a very niche market.
But I mean,
we also know
I
about niche
did
markets.
think
I'm
it was
sure.
funny,
Shout out
though,
to,
that-
Engram.
I did think it was funny that Grand Theft Auto 5 was up there. I mean, we know
yeah.
because of all the news stories that yes, obviously it's going to be up there, but it's just still hilarious that this like 5+ year old game or however
Say,
old is
Grand Theft Auto
8
5 is
how-
so
it's
old.
like-
Zycia, Mike, bought that game on his Xbox console. That's how old
okay, so
this game is.
well, it came out on Xbox 360.
Yes.
It came out on 360.
That's the console I had at the time. Like, that's how old this game was.
It
Like,
has been
there was an
released
install
on
disc
3 generations of
actual playing
consoles.
disc. It's so crazy.
It came out 2013.
It's so ridiculous that people still pour money into that game. Rockstar needs to like figure it out. Oh, they
It's
figured it out. They just need to like.
years
They
old.
did. They
Yeah, they
totally
clearly
figured
figured it out.
People are still spending money on this game.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, see, that's kind of part of the problem too. Is like, what do you do with that?
Stop playing it.
No, not us. What does the company do when they have that?
Make a new game.
No, how do you do that? You can't
Well,
make
in those
another
kind
Grand
of
Theft
games-
Auto.
Sure, you do. You make another, or you do like the epic approach of Fortnite, and you make like new chapters essentially, right? So
now
it's just
see,
Grand Theft Auto Online,
which is kind of
and
what
you
they've
make a
been
new
doing.
map.
Because
Right,
they
like you
did
make a
just
whole
release
new map.
which
Isn't that their plan?
They did just release DLC
No.
that introduced some
aren't
characters.
Aren't they making a brand new?
They're in
Grand
theory
Theft
making
Auto?
GTA 6, but I really am
They
going to
say
be
that. I don't think it's going to happen.
With it like an outer world, like you can play.
At this point, GTA 6 and Half-Life 3 are going to release the same day.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
I'd put more money on GTA 6, that's for sure. But
I mean, it's the same.
And
it's the same
Half-Life 3 is
concept.
already released. That was the VR one.
It's not released. Jesus Christ. It's not Half-Life Alyx. It's a different game. It would be called Half-Life 3 if it was Half-Life 3. It'd be not Half-Life Alyx, but whatever. Don't get me triggered. Don't do that. Don't trigger me.
Facts are
I don't know, but
things.
just GTA 6, like, it's never going to happen. They just need to do, like, the Fortnite approach, really. But that's the difference to me with, like, Epic versus, like, Rockstar, is, like, Epic at least is, like, yeah, we understand that we're making a game that a lot of people play, and we're kind of gimmicking on some things. We have a lot of IP, but they're really still working on the game. Like, the new update is literally changed the whole map. Like, it's a new game at this point.
Well, I think
GTA, it's the same
the map
thing,
is the minor part. They have it running on Unreal 5, right? And they introduced a whole bunch of features that Unreal 5 can do. Like, they have round buildings now. Not that they couldn't do them before. It was just that the computational for setting up a round building in that type of sized map and everything else wasn't very good. So they got a bunch of rounded corners. They got tons of details in buildings now, like things on shelves.
My least favorite person on chat is saying, I mean, they released Red Dead 2 since. Not like they haven't done
let's stop
anything.
there. Let's stop.
Well, that's the point. That's the point. They tried to redo Grand Theft Auto Online, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So Red Dead 2, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's a different Rockstar studio than the Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well,
like they have two separate studios. But yeah, but there's two separate like buildings of people that are like working on different things. Like
but they aren't that segregated either. When it comes time to like trying to release something, like all the studios start pulling together.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, I mean, I get they released Red Dead 2, and Red Dead 2 is actually a pretty good game, and they obviously did the online as well, and that's also really cool for that. Well, there's pros and cons. There is a lot, and we don't have to get into that, but like, I understand what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you on that. It is fun, but it is very repetitive. There's a lot of things on the online that just kind of just rinse and repeat. But just hang out with your friends and just like riding it through the sunset and just exploring and doing cowboy shit. Like that's great.
Well, and the one thing that they nailed in both of those is just the wacky ass kooky stuff. Like just all kinds of stupid, and I mean that in a good way, things happening. Like a guy coming in and he's like, it just made it onto highlight reel recently, right? Which is a great YouTube thing to go out there and check the highlight reel. I think it's presented by, I think IGN, but I could be wrong. Anyway, the guy comes in, he's like talking to the guy behind the counter, and they're like, yeah, like, how's everybody up there? I heard some bad things. And, they're talking back and forth. There's a gunfight that moves into the establishment, and these two, like, the cinematic doesn't break at all. It just keeps going while this gunfight's going on around them, and people are shooting each other like, get in there, get them. Like, so they did nail that part.
And that's the thing. And I'll mention like James just sucks. Is it all the time? I don't know if he changes.
I don't know. He keeps changing.
He sucks.
But that is a good point. Last thing he says, neither are fun solo, but a lot of fun with our friends online, and that's fine.
Well, yeah, but
I get that. But that's where they should make it better. They should make it where you have more fun solo.
You can have a total trash game that is completely fun because you and all your friends are there just
we've played a ton
messing around.
But that's the exact point though, is having a game where you can play solo online, just because I mean online doesn't mean I have to have multiplayer. It just means that like I'm in a living world where other people may be interacting or maybe intersecting my life, right? Where I can do things and sneak around. Because like Grand Theft Auto, there's a lot of missions when you play that are like solo missions where you have to go in and do something and maybe sneak around. Maybe you don't really have to shoot anybody. You just have to go in and like do something and steal something, come back. And they're missing that online, and both games are. And not even just saying them. There's other games that are multiplayer, not just like GTA, that are missing this. That like they really need to think about that. Like those are parts that, because especially now we're getting like, I hate to say the metaverse and all this crap, but like that is where we're going. There's the experience as a player, that I want to be able to jump into this world and experience this immersion. Well, I can't do that if like I have to play with friends. Because like some people don't have, I'm not saying I don't have friends, but some people don't like to play online with people.
Some people don't have friends who are playing these games.
Well, some people don't like to play games with other people. Like they'd rather just enjoy it themselves. And I get that, because some games you feel like you just, and sometimes I just want to play by myself and just, zone in and like the immersion, like feel like I'm actually there.
Sometimes your friends are
can't do that.
working, and maybe you just want to play games while they're working, and that's how I feel about that situation.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that they definitely need to address at some point. But that's the only thing that's the problem is with these games, they're making so much money that they don't care. And I'll go back to Epic as a Fortnite. Like at least they have Quest, and the Quest, like as a solo player, dropping in by myself, even if I'm on a team or playing solo, I have other things to keep myself occupied to go do.
Yeah.
Which these other games don't really do that.
Again, GTA 5 is actually pretty decent at that.
No,
so
but
maybe
sorry, Engram.
Maybe we should have like a different guest on, but we do have a guest on tonight.
Well,
to talk about some games.
Getting to that, well, beforehand is game of the moment.
Yes,
because we're talking about games now.
Yeah, so hang on, game or guest. We've been talking about games, Brian.
Yeah, of course.
You already played that once.
Yeah, I know. That's because he faked me out.
He's getting trigger happy. He
started talking about
like playing.
news.
I have to take away his buttons. He's getting too many buttons over there. He's got too many buttons. He's got buttons to take people's clothes off and stuff. It's crazy.
So game of the moment was Frog Fractions.
Yes.
Which was an
old game. Like this game, I think predates Grand Theft Auto 5, if that tells you anything.
I still had an Xbox 360.
I think it came back in 2012.
Maybe I can I borrow it? Because I think I can probably play.
I don't think I have it anymore. Like I don't
have it.
I don't actually know where my 360 is at this point.
Might come up.
I know where my PS2 is.
Yep. So Frog Fractions.
Okay, let's go back to Naughty Bear afterward. Go ahead. Go.
Yes. Whoa.
Terms of service. Keeps trying to make this X-rated, I swear.
No, I swear, I think I can play Naughty Bear on Xbox 360.
Are you talking about Naughty Dog? Because that would
Naughty
be a
Bear,
company.
the one game I keep asking and begging to be able to play. Aside from the one game, the other game, Dark Castle, that you guys found online for me. So
you could play.
I didn't have them playing. Continue.
Frog Fractions. This game
we played
was
Frog
whack.
Fractions. It wasn't whack. It was awesome.
It was whack. So
it was not whack. It was awesome.
So we talked about this on the actual stream, but we played a game. It's called Frog Fractions. You can check it out. It's actually free on Steam to play, and we were like, does it have math? Before the game started, me and is this actually my
this is you playing Wave 1. This is Zycia playing Wave 1.
Yeah,
for the 15th time.
Me, Day Drinker, we're talking before this, and we're like, who wants to play? And Brian's like, I think both of you could finish it. I think like basically Mike would probably finish it faster, but I think like I think that's where we're at. And
yeah.
I specifically said,
and I was Mike not at all insulted by it.
Right. I said Zycia could finish it in the time we have.
Yes.
But the whole thing I said was like, well, like actually me and Day Drinker both said, so fractions. Is there actual math in this game? Because like we're out.
Yeah.
And then all Brian would say is, well, it's frog fractions. Like, yeah,
It's
there's math in the
edutainment.
game.
It's
And we're like,
edutainment.
but like,
Adult
really?
edutainment.
Really? You know? So this game is wild because it starts off as almost like a breakout simulator where your basically little token is going back and forth and you hit the little ball up, sort of similar to that. You're just kind of like almost like space missile command, I guess, technically. Things are falling from the ground.
It's very missile command.
Very missile command. Things are falling from the sky. You're like using your tongue as a frog to like kill them. And you can buy power ups and then you can move on and you get better things like lock on targeting and stuff. And then if you're watching the stream, you just saw my playthrough a little bit. And it was basically every time I'd go through this loop, it was like wave 1. And I'm like, this is like wave 5.
Like, it's still wave 1? You kept saying, you still wave 1?
Something's up with this garbage. And
I made him run into shit that he shouldn't have. So.
Well, yeah, because we had to test our theory. We didn't know. Mm-hmm. So the every time I killed something, there would be fractions, and eventually it was like these weird exponential numbers that like we couldn't even see, and it was just crazy. So then I was like, something's up. So I started trying to like go on the boundaries, like test the boundaries of the game. And eventually I found out that like I could leave the screen that I was on. I could actually leave it. So I went up first, it didn't work, and I went down in the water, and I found all of the fruit that I've been trying to catch that's just been collecting at the bottom. So I collected all this fruit that I didn't know I had.
Real quick, it was like, how many fruit are down here? Like a billion.
It literally, my fruit says right now, like a billion. I can buy whatever I want at this point. And then I go into space, and I'm like an asteroid.
Only the
it's
things
like almost
that are
like
sold in fruit. There's also zoicnoids.
Right. So this is almost like asteroid at this point. Like we're playing, and like my character is trying to dodge all these huge asteroids actually. But I have to go up and down, left and right, and try to like really maneuver through there. But I have things shooting at me still.
A whole bunch of stuff. Oh my god! Like I would never have made it through this.
So
you would. It's easy to dodge it. It's super easy.
After that, I go to court. I'm like in court now, and there's like
it's like a choose your own adventure.
It's wild. It's like a choose your own adventure. And then we fast forward past this, and then all of a sudden,
you were in the very zen, like underwater caverns.
Oh, right, underwater cavern thing, and then I go into like a text-based adventure game. And like I remember James's Sucks actually showed up, and he was like, is this still the same game? Like, I'm like, yeah, it's just still the same game. I'm like reading things. I'm like, what the hell? Like this game went through so many different genres of games. Which genre blending is what we mentioned before, that it was just a weird but great experience. Like it was not the prettiest game. It's not a AAA game. It's not, if that's what you're looking for, then just go away. But like this was a really fun experience, a very WTF experience, but it was very fun.
Yeah.
And something very old I never heard of. Like I was just whatever. But it was fun. It was different. It was definitely different. And like I said, I would say, without spoiling everything, because we pretty much already spoiled most of it, but go to Steam, get it for free. It's a free game. At least the Frog Fractions original Game of the Year edition is. But go check it out. It's really great. I can't say much more about it. Yeah, it's pretty short. I beat it within an hour. Yeah.
And there's other ones out there you can play later.
Yes.
And other than that, I don't think the three of us, really played any games this week. So, Kelly, you were saying something.
We did play some games, but nothing. Whatever.
About Naughty Bear or something else?
A guest.
We have a guest.
We have a guest.
Oh, we do have a guest. Sorry, we do have a guest who has been playing some other games that I am very interested in. Venus White Star has joined us, and she, if I have her pronouns correct. Yep. Has joined us, and she's going to talk to us about a couple of games that I am very interested in. She's talked a little bit about with me, so take it away.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting. So, backstory real quick is I watch YouTube Let's Play through games, and one of the followers, she plays all sorts of games from first-person shooters to puzzle games, and she's a horror genre person though, so she loves horror games. And she got me caught into Nancy Drew games. And she also likes playing hidden object games. So I'll go ahead and talk about the Nancy Drew games first. And like Zycia was saying earlier, Steam sales. So
Steam
I
sale.
bought tons of Nancy Drew games now after I played the first game. And the first
love
Nancy
this, by the
Drew
way.
game.
I love the fact that Nancy Drew, like the Nancy Drew books, like created in like the 50s and 60s.
Okay, should I know who this is? Because I have no idea what we're talking about here.
You know,
this name is like
who are the brothers that had like
Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys. Yeah. There was the
I've heard
Hardy
that.
Boys books, and then there was Nancy Drew books. Same genre. Not shocked that you don't know who she is.
Not a shock.
But yeah.
We
same
also need to
genre.
get like a little telephone icon, like on the phone,
Mhm.
like have
Yeah.
names
I
when they don't.
read Nancy Drew books
I could do
like
that.
we're going out of print. Like
Me too. I love Nancy. I read it when I was a child.
So what type of like books are these? I'll say games. What type of books? Like
mystery
Mystery,
books.
the mystery
just
books.
like front to back
Think-
though. You wouldn't
think-
like they're not like choose your own adventure or anything
No.
like that.
Okay,
Like,
here.
Okay.
Let me put it in terms you can understand. Nancy Drew is a young adult detective that is basically doing stuff that Scooby-Doo did.
And
Basically.
go.
So Harriet the Spy. Got it.
Yes.
Basically,
Yeah.
just knit it differently. So Nancy, it's not really like the books though, but because you have to look at it differently. But it's an old game. It's the first game was 2006 or 2009. But the first game, Nancy Drew Secrets Can't Kill, is a remastered version. So that one will be the first. I'm playing them in order. So the first game is going to be a lot different than when you start playing the other games along it because the first one is more remastered and they did different mechanics to some aspect. But it is a point and click adventure game.
Okay.
So like a Myst style game, like actually like the background still and you just kind of click on things or
Yes.
okay.
And you're clicking, like pointing to forward or left, right, and then you're getting involved in different puzzles. So it starts with a game where you can be a junior detective or a senior detective, and they're basically the same thing, except that the junior detective is more, I guess you could say, casual. It has more hints, as in certain games has tasks list. The first game, Secrets Can't Kill, has a task list, but the second and third game that I played so far does not. And you do have to figure out a lot of what you're supposed to do, and you get stuck sometimes going, where am I? So I've been loving it. Secrets Can't Kill got me hooked. So I played Secrets Can't Kill, Message in a Haunted Mansion, and I just finished Treasure in the Royal something.
So are these
Tower.
games based off of her books then?
They're not off the books.
Okay, so it's just her style, but it's like a new experience. So my question would be, if I was a fan of Nancy Drew and I read her books, could I play these games without like spoiling everything? So the answer is yes.
They're different stories. Like Secret Can't Kill is a whole different storyline. You're trying to solve this mystery of what happened at the school. And Nancy basically, for this one, I'm not spoiling anything. Nancy is basically going to go there as a teenager who's going to school. And she's trying to solve what happens. And you have to go through, it's a lot of back and forth as well. So you go here, you look for a piece, a puzzle thing, then you go somewhere else, you look for another puzzle thing, and then you try to solve these puzzles. Sometimes you can't solve the puzzle until you find the objects that you need.
It's a little bit like Myst. Oh,
yeah, this is definitely that same genre, I would say. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I definitely liked Myst.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go back and play it again now, which probably not. I wouldn't pull my hair as much because I was such a kid when I tried to play that game.
Yeah.
Like my brother played it. He understood it way better than I did. I was just a kid. I was like clicking something like, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Like, what is this
I was looking through books and shit. I was like,
Oh yeah. drawing maps, and I was like, my brother was getting way too involved in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
It has slider puzzles. It has just point and click making puzzles. It has looking for codes. It has a lot of different puzzles. It's awesome.
I mean, even the old Resident Evil has puzzles similar to that too. Like, it would be like some kind of like sort of still puzzles that you would have to like click through and stuff.
So I've been really enjoying that.
Awesome.
The other game that I've been really into is games. I just started. I finished one actually on my iPad, so you can play it on your iPad with your kids.
Cool.
But you have to be careful. You want to test some of the games out because on my iPad, one of the games didn't work, and a lot of them you have to pay for. But all these games I'm playing right now I finished on the iPad was called it's Mystery Case Files, and it was the Black Veil.
Okay.
And that storyline was I loved it. It basically has like cutscenes.
Okay.
And then it'll do a cutscene in the beginning. Then you're looking for hidden objects.
Like
and it's very interactive.
Hold on.
You're not just looking at hidden objects either. So part of it is your it's another point and clicker games.
I think I played this one actually.
So what's the name of it? Is it available on Android or is it only iOS?
I know you can get it on the iPad. I don't know. I don't have an Android, so I honestly don't know. You can look, but it is available on Steam.
You should get an Android.
I have one. Thank you. But I don't use it.
You should use the Android more. Just saying.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've played this game.
It's basically about a detective who goes into a town called Dreadman in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And you're solving a mystery of what happened in this town. And so you're pointing and clicking and finding hidden objects, doing all these different puzzles. I will fully admit I had to skip a few of them because I couldn't figure it out.
Happens.
But the one that I'm playing right now on Steam is called Dark Strokes, Sins of the Father. And that one's a really good storyline as well. Right now, I don't know.
Dark Strokes, Sins of the Father. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. And it's really good.
Is that for kids, or is that just an adult game?
No, it's a darker game, but I mean it's.
Oh, it sounds dark.
Nothing sexual. Okay.
Somebody's making.
That sounds up there with the naughty bear.
Yeah. Dark Strokes sounds like something
with the naughty fodder. That's what I heard.
Seen on webs. I have never seen anything like that ever before in my life.
Oh yeah.
It's really cool because the only thing is like it's so funny because you're going to different parts, and so you're like, okay.
It's on sale right now for $1.79 on Steam. If anybody is looking for it.
That's how I got most of these games because of the Steam sales. So it's for this particular one though.
Dark Strokes, I'll get it.
You may get frustrated sometimes with the puzzles because you're like going, okay, I'm clicking on this. Oh, I can't do this. You have to find this. Okay. I go click, point back, right, left, wherever the room I'm going to or town. Okay. Oh, I found this. Oh, I know where I'm supposed to go. Point, click. There I am. So sometimes you do a lot of back and forth movements to go find the certain puzzle pieces to go and then do puzzles. And then it's funny because you know for this particular game, you know when you're getting closer to a chapter, end of the chapter, because it's puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. And it's like, really? I'm not done yet?
Seriously? Can we be done? Yeah. I've been there. Totally been there.
But it's good. I recommend these games if you want more of a relaxing game.
Okay.
So,
okay.
None of them is like, scary or anything like that. It's just,
it gives you a moment to like enjoy, like you said, like kind of relax because it's just you, but you get to click and like try to figure out puzzles on your own time. It's not like
if
rushed.
You want something mental, because the puzzles can become, some of them are like this, easy, piece of cake, do, I'm done. And others, you're like literally trying to figure it out. But the hidden object games, you don't really have to take notes. Nancy Drew games, I will say right now, have your camera out and have a notepad
Oh.
because you actually have to think. My brain froze a few times. I'm like, okay, my head hurts. I need a break because some of
Okay.
these puzzles are hard. So if you like a challenge, Nancy
Okay.
Drew's good, but you really do have to take notes on some of it or pictures because when you get a clue of something, you have to remember the orders or the hints to open up another puzzle 3 hours later.
Okay.
And the average game time for these games is, well, for me personally, and I know for Day Drinker probably as well, because she's a slower gamer like I am because
A
I want to
slower
try to
gamer.
do everything.
I do. And I like to look at things. I like to like pick up on every little detail. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Where did they get that?
Oh,
art?
you'll
Did they
love
make that? Yeah.
the hidden object games. You'll love the prettiness, but I will
Yeah.
say you have to look for, hand or magnet or stuff, or you don't do anything for a while. And then you're
Okay.
clicking through sometimes, like you're going to some location and you're like, there's nothing for me to do. And you're like clicking, trying to see if you see a red magnet or not magnet, but what is that? Magnifier going, can I do anything here? Is there anything object that
Yeah.
I can actually interact with? No? Okay, well, then why did you make me go this way?
Some games do that to you, though.
Yeah.
So,
Got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
but yeah, I highly recommend it. It's good.
Well, sweet.
I would
I'll have to try this out for sure.
I would say if you do play Secrets Can Kill first, you have to think of a different mechanic a little bit because they do
Okay.
change it for the third game. The second game you can't get on Steam. You can get it on Her Interactive,
Okay.
but if we have newer technology and a lot of people have issues playing that game. So I'm not playing. I did not download it because I'm not spending the money, and then I'm not gonna have issues with it and waste $20.
Mhm.
So I'm not doing that. And then there's another game that it's way down in the line. Another game that Steam and Her Interactive does not have. You can't get. So, but Steam does have 31 out of the 33 games.
Cool. Oh, thank you so much, Venus White Star. We
Yeah, thanks
really
for stopping
appreciate
by.
it. Yeah.
Thank you. You guys have fun. Thank you for inviting
Hey,
me.
Thank
We
you.
will
Happy
do.
New Year. And we will talk to you soon.
All right.
And don't leave the chat. Stay in the channel. Just you can mute yourself. That's fine. But no, we appreciate you coming by. And anybody else that's listening out there, if you got in the future, if you have any games that you want to talk about that maybe we haven't covered and maybe we don't know about, feel free to let us shoot us a line, email. We usually do, and or in our Discord, and then that way we can try to get you guys on as well. Yeah, so send it over. Well, cool. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, and I'll just ask you guys out loud: are we doing these? If not, then we'll continue on.
I think that we should
We
just
already
talk
did.
about some games.
We did
games
the news
that we
first. We went to we went to games. Now it's email.
Cool.
So, are there any games that you guys are looking forward to playing?
So there is one that I'm looking forward to, and I know they're gonna murder this game, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Is the Harry Potter game that's coming out in 2022, 23, somewhere.
And they're gonna murder it.
Well, it's just because it's an IP that like they're going to murder. It's just gonna happen. But I'm hoping it's actually pretty good because it seems pretty good. It's
Are you hooping or hoping?
Hoping. Both. Hooping and hoping. But I'm hoping they'll actually like do it well, but I don't know. Like it's
feel
still
like
so young. I've only seen one trailer. I haven't really seen any gameplay. I don't really know what's gonna happen with it, but that's the one I'm hoping to put my money on. So we'll see.
What about you, Brian?
I would say first off, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Oh, hell yeah!
That looked good.
Amazing.
Again, just a trailer is all I've seen.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. It looks good. Oop, didn't want that sound. Yeah, it looks good. It looks super crazy. it looks really action packed. So I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a while though, from my understanding. And the other one,
well, that's the thing is, all we've seen is a trailer. Like,
this is true, but I had gameplay in that one. That one actually had some gameplay.
Well, they say gameplay. I don't know. I don't ever trust
still
that
gameplay.
Stuff. I want to see like someone I know, I follow, that I listen to, actually play a game, and then I'll believe it. And as Chad says, Rocksteady does do great games, and I believe that, and I'll back that up. But this is not the game yet, so we'll see.
The other thing that I feel weird about this is I'm not necessarily a Batman or DC guy. I'm not. The game just looks fun.
It does look fun.
The other one I'm interested in looking at is the Gotham Knights, which
I remember you telling us about that one.
The whole concept seems
a little different.
Everything starts with Batman dying, which in and of itself seems like a pretty positive thing to like let some other characters shine. I mean, you know,
really positive thing. Stop there.
Yeah. I mean, he'll come back to life, I'm sure, but you know, it's got 4 of his sidekicks, as it were, Robin, that then become, I forgot the names of the other ones. I never remember them. I'm terrible at that. But yeah, it's got the these 4 characters that come in.
Owl Squad or something, right?
No, those are the bad guys.
Oh, well then now you know how much I know.
Yeah. So it's Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and the Red Hood, right, against the Court of Owls. So it's from my understanding, it's a pretty big deal that they're bringing the storyline to video games to begin with. Again, seeing some of the pre-alpha gameplay is all that they really showed on that. It really wasn't gameplay yet, but still looked pretty cool as well. It almost looks strategy-esque at some times. So I'm curious about how the gameplay is going to be. Is it going to be kind of like JRPG-ish, like modern JRPG-ish? Like if it did combat similar to the Final Fantasy VII reboot, which in and of itself is got some callbacks to the Batman Arkham Knight's combat in some ways. I think it'd be pretty cool. And I'll just say it again for chat that, you know, having Batman die and letting someone else show up for a little bit, it's going to be great. You know, they're just going to save him at the end anyway. So this is going to be the story for everyone. It's kind of like that Tom Cruise movie. Oh
God, which one?
The one that was Live, Die, and Repeat was the catchphrase that they ended up putting this, but that wasn't the name of the movie.
What?
But
Edge of the Tomorrow?
Yeah. The one where if you love Tom Cruise, you were going to get a ton of Tom Cruise in the movie. If you hated Tom Cruise, you're also going to be happy because you're going to see him die a ton of times in the movie, right? So I think this is going to be good both ways for Batman fans. And I just think both games look fun.
No, that's true. Well, cool. I guess we'll find out next year. Kelly doesn't care.
What games am I looking forward to playing? Let me tell you. All the games that I haven't finished, like at dead of night.
The club.
Can I flick them off? Is this?
Yes, you can. That's not against terms of service.
I'm just saying, welcome to the club of like having a million games you'll never finish because that's just how it starts.
But yes. But also, so Inkray on chat is the first person I saw playing this game, and it's one of those. It's like got a lot of jump scares, but the thing that made me a little bit crazy when I was playing it was you get on a floor, and it's a hotel room, and I am not good at hotel rooms or hotels, period. Like with your luggage, I have to like look at the signs, and it's like, oh, rooms 215 to 220 are this way. Rooms 214 to 210 are this way. And I'm like, okay, just like get me to my room. I found a couple of graphics of each floor. So I'm going to start playing that one again because I loved it. Like
you should stream it.
Lots of jump scares freaked me out. I will try to stream it for sure. I also looking forward to playing a couple of games that Zycia gifted to me. So thank you. Also,
Yeah, no worries.
Brian, thank you. Also looking forward to playing the Christmas not version, but update of Phasmophobia with these two guys and hopefully Demirin. So
Well, he's in the chat tonight, so maybe he is
You've been
gonna
called
hang out
out,
with us eventually.
motherfucker. So I say we should do that.
Sweet.
I'd also like to say that one of the games that chat was talking about that they have highly anticipated is Elden Ring. I'm not a Dark Soulish type guy, so that's definitely not on my list.
Zero.
But I know that is highly anticipated by a lot of people.
Not me.
Also,
the game
they're
can
having
go straight from developer to trash can.
and the chat has de-evolved down to a fight among superheroes and how bad each one's are.
I saw BOTW and I was triggered.
And let me back my last statement up. So when I say developer
Breath
to trash
Wild
can,
2.
no offense to the developer,
It's
you guys are probably making a
BOTW.
great game. The fact that I don't like those games is why I say I put it in the trash. It has nothing to do with the game. You guys are probably making amazing games. I'm not talking crap about you guys. Breath of the Wild 2, and that's what they're talking about now.
Yeah, I know that's what they're talking about. I think that you
but BOTW, yes, I
know
always
what that
think that other
acronym
thing.
for me means, and I might check my phone and get on email and
Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I don't know if it's 2 that's actually coming out. The whole Forbidden West thing was supposed to be kind of an update to the existing one. I don't know if it's necessarily 2, but it's probably big enough now that it is 2. But they mentioned that one as well.
Cool.
And I'm hoping to play some more Forza Horizon 5.
Oh yeah,
that has been.
Let me know when, and because I saw one, they probably
speaking
fixed it.
Of
and
letting
2,
me know. Speaking of you saying "let me know," also, Tango, Operation Tango. You and I, Brian or Phoenix and I will be streaming playing more Operation Tango because that is probably if it's not my favorite game of the year, it's my number 2.
Hold that for next week. Hold that for next week.
Yeah, hang on to that.
Sorry.
But
that's next week's topic.
Has what got our attention this week. So if you want to follow us, go to www.sasgaming.com. Check out all our links from there. If you want to, do something more, I guess go to patreon.com/sasgaming. And if you want to shoot us an email, goa@sasgaming.com. Please tell us whatever you want to, your heart's desire. We'll read it out loud, hopefully, on chat if it's not terrible.
Hey, but
terrible
also,
in the terms of service, terrible. Like, we'll read pretty much anything. But
following us on youtube.com/sasgaming. Yeah. Hang out, like, subscribe. You get all the other crap.
Slap that button.
Yeah, you can get the in betweens and.
Y'all forgot the bell. You're supposed to ring the bell.
But until next time, this has been a great year, 2021, much better than 2020. We appreciate that. 2022 is going to be much better, hopefully. But until next time, we'll see you guys later. Be safe out there, and we will talk to you guys next year. Later.
Bye, guys.